Hi everyone, it's Josh Kepkay, realtor with Vancouver Real Estate today, and I'm excited because today I've brought in my good friend Craig Thiessen, who is a pastor in Deep Cove at the Bridge Church, which has got a really cool building project happening in the community of Deep Cove, which is my favorite community. It's where I was born and grew up, and I actually went to the little blue church that the Bridge Church bought in 2014, and are now building a new structure on which is going to be a great new community amenity.
So here's the thing, homeowners, homebuyers, investors, we all want to find that perfect property to move into and to eventually sell for profit. And we want to make that purchase in a place with affordable, safe, quality homes, communities, and businesses. Why? So we can actually enjoy our lives, take vacations, and spend the quality time we want with the people we love. How do we do all this without risking a fortune and running ourselves ragged? That's the big question, and this show is dedicated to the answer.
And this is actually take two because it looks like our Zoom call didn't record on the first go. So
It was clear that I said a bunch of things the first time that God did not want me to say. Which you just made sure of that.
So in the interest of concision, I'm going to just tell you that Craig is from the prairies of Canada. He's been in the Vancouver area for a handful of years. He's married
13,
with how many years?
13 years in the
13 years. The Bridge Church started in Delbrook and wandered around the North Shore looking for land for 40 years, much like the Israelites in the wilderness, and had landed in Deep Cove, where a lot of the congregation is based. And Craig is a phenomenal leader for that congregation. It's just okay, he seems to think, but he's very humble. And it's a great spot with lots of young kids and families. So I'm excited to see this amenity come into the community. And we're going to just dive into some of the plans and try to fill in some of the gaps of what we missed in or what we had in the last half hour of our conversation. So thanks for bearing with me on that, Greg. And yeah, maybe just tell me a quick bit that I didn't fill in about who you are in the Bridge, and then we'll jump into the drawings.
Oh man, I don't know. Let's just jump into the drawings and then maybe
Jumping into the drawings.
talk about some of the other stuff.
I like it.
So yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we're gonna try to screen share here, right?
You can do it. I have faith. There's a bottom in the middle that says it's green. It says share screen. You got it.
Look at this. Okay.
Amazing.
All right. Now I gotta find stuff. Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah. That looks great. So
All
here's what's coming to Deep Cove. What's the address again?
1384 Deep Cove Road. So kind of when you turn left off of Mount Seymour Parkway and you're going on Deep Cove Road into the village there, we're just a couple hundred meters down on the right.
Awesome.
Right,
just before Myrtle Park.
Right on, well, yeah, and right behind us is Myrtle Park. So yeah, the trees that you're seeing behind the rendering of the building, that's Myrtle Park. This was a rendering from 3 years ago. So the footprint of the building, the general design of the building is still the same. Whether or not this is exactly how it looks on the outside, we'll see. But in terms of the position and the one level and everything like that, that's all still legitimate. This top picture here kind of gives you a bit of the cross section. So Josh and I were talking about the challenges of this property, of this site. At first, we weren't sure we would be able to put a church building on there that would work for Sunday mornings and for stuff throughout the week. So we had some really awesome architects. We have some really awesome architects who have creatively kind of positioned the building and designed it so that it works on Sunday mornings and throughout the week. And building it right into the hillside is a big part of that. So again, first level, from the street, you just see the first level, which you can see the top right corner here are some rooms, classrooms, offices, kind of some open space for coffee, library, just connecting with people. And in the bottom two levels, there's some bathroom and some storage, an elevator shaft there, but mostly is the auditorium.
Yeah.
So these seats are going to be retractable, so they can go back into the wall, creating a bit more of an open gym kind of space. And then this huge platform for me to preach on. Here's an image of me just from a couple of weeks ago. So this is where the building is at now, and I'll show a few more pictures of this too. But this is where the building's at now. Floors have been poured, beams have been put up. We're going to see paneling on the exterior in the next couple of weeks. So it's coming along.
Wow.
Coming along well. The aim at this point is to have it ready, hopefully still by Christmas.
Wow.
Right now, of course, with the social distancing, there are less people on site, but construction is an essential service, and so the work continues on. And I think the goal and aim still at this point is to be ready by the end of the year. So yeah, that was
awesome.
Me, that first glimpse of what it would be like to stand on this stage.
Too cool. Who are the architects? Do you know who the architects are?
So Helen Pang Architecture, HPA architect in Vancouver, and then Winston, I think his last name is Chong. They've been our architects, and they have done a phenomenal job. These are just a few other. I don't know if there's anything here that's greatly of interest.
No, it's a simple building, right?
It is a very simple building. No. And so this shows kind of where it's situated. So on the far northeast corner of the building, a lot of this will be kind of parking lot. We've got some neighbors right here on the south, and then Myrtle Park on the north and to the east.
Yeah, we were saying as we got going here that the challenge with building this structure has been that Deep Cove is a place where quiet is valued. It's kind of in the wilderness. We were joking about it being the promised land with Honey's Donuts and
the land flowing with milk and honey.
Exactly.
That's right.
But
yeah. So as you can see, I mean, from these pictures, even if we go closer to the beginning, there was a lot of work that had to be done on the site to kind of carve away the ground and then to drill in these anchors into that hillside, into what was excavated, so that the building would be held there. And that was noisy. That was last summer, and that was a few months of drilling these anchors into the ground. So the construction noise was really bothersome for people, and we wish it wasn't so, right? We wish that it hadn't been so noisy and that it hadn't been such a consuming process. It has given us an opportunity to learn how to communicate with our neighbors. It's given us an opportunity to learn patience and compassion when you're coming against some of these the challenges and even the unhappiness. So a real test of us following Jesus, being like Christ to those who maybe aren't quite as thrilled about us being there. I think for the most part the community is excited about it. We've heard that many times, but the construction itself has been a difficult process for some of our immediate neighbors.
That's one way to get the word out, you know.
People
they'll have to come and look at it at the end of when it's all over and come and see what they were listening to. So you'll get them in one way or another.
That's right. I'm just kind of scrolling through. You're still looking at this? You're still seeing this?
I'm looking at it, yeah.
Scrolling through the pictures here, and this was a very exciting moment. A lot of the work for a year had just been kind of underneath the ground, of course. You couldn't see anything happening.
Yeah.
And then maybe a month or two ago, the steel beams came, and all of a sudden it was like, okay, like this thing is taking shape. Something's actually here. And then over the last month or two, the work has progressed pretty quickly, just in terms of getting everything poured and ready to go. So this is kind of getting to now where we are now. It's a picture here. I like this one right here.
That's great. Yeah.
In terms of kind of a sense of how the building fits into the site and everything. So
what's it been for you? As I mean, I don't think they teach you in seminary school how to manage a development project, or when they talk about church building, I don't imagine that they mean, let's build a big steel frame building in the side of a hill. So
no, definitely not.
How much is the cost of building this structure?
What's the cost of it?
Yeah.
So the total, we're looking at the total project cost is coming in somewhere around the 7.5 to 8 million kind of mark. So
that's a significant amount of fundraising to do, for sure.
It is. Yeah, for sure. I mean, so like you're saying, like this is nothing that I was ever trained to do, and thankfully, our church has not asked me to take kind of a lead role with this. my role as pastor has been more, hey, this is the vision behind this. This is why we're excited about it. And it really isn't about a building. It's about serving a community. It's about having a place that we call home, but that we can be hospitable with and invite people into, a place where people can come and hear the good news about Jesus. And that's what I'm all about. And that's what, of course, my whole life has led to, is just communicating the good news about Jesus and serving others. And this building is just one way that we can do that. So so I'm grateful for people in our church who have that knowledge and that expertise. And of course, we have a construction company, and we have architects and those who of course are doing all the on the groundwork. So
amazing. So one of the things I really was saying earlier, and that I like about this project, is it's a new amenity for the community, because this is one of those rare parts of Vancouver where you have a real community and a sense of it, and you can see that in the neighbors. And despite potentially, let's say, getting off to a rocky start with, nobody attends public hearings. Like the only time they get aware of it is when they notice a disruption in their own life, right? And I think that's what's happened for you. And I saw you do a great job of managing that kind of backlash as it all jumped on you when the construction started and trees started falling. But what other ways is this building going to serve the community potentially for outside of a Sunday service? Where's the value being added beyond what it does for the congregation? You do have the high school nearby. Can you say a bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. In some ways, it's just a continuation of what we've already been doing in the community. We've done single mom spa days. We've done kids programs, youth drop-in centers, pancake breakfasts for families. We had another single moms ministry where parents could drop off their kids for babysitting a while back. We've adopted the street. We run day camps in the summer for kids in the community. We've done book swaps even on the property, outdoor Christmas concerts. Actually, over the last 5 years since we've been in the property, we've already been doing a ton of stuff in the community. And this building just enables us to do that better and to do it in our own kind of setting instead of always renting space. Right. The auditorium itself is, it can seat up to 390 people. And so we're excited about that, even as a possible venue for concerts, for conferences, smaller conferences. But it is it's a larger facility than I think what is available elsewhere, kind of in the community for some of those bigger events. So we're excited about being able to rent it out to those kinds of community events. We are excited about other opportunities that we might not even be aware of, but ways to serve the community that can use this space. So this is not just kind of a clubhouse for those who call the Bridge Church their home. We're really wanting this to be an asset to the community, a blessing to the community that enables people to come together and connect.
Fantastic. I think it's a beautiful looking building. I really like how modern and sharp it looks, and it fits in really nice with the site, which is a difficult site, as we were saying, as it's kind of, you had to drill it into a cliff. I'm trying to think back on anything we might have touched on before that we've left out now. I also want to be mindful of your time. Is there anything, we were joking about people should be looking up the bridge. What's that website?
bridgenorthvan.ca.
The bridge.northvan.ca and
bridgenorthvan.ca.
The bridgenorthvan.ca. And if they want to make a contribution to this project in Deep Cove, please do that.
If Josh has got like mega millionaires, billionaires watching this, and you just don't know what to do with your money, I have something for you. Maybe Josh,
good.
I could talk just briefly. Even could I just say something about the church?
Please.
Like the name of the church is The Bridge, and kind of our tagline, I guess, is that we want to build bridges into people's lives because of the bridge that we believe that God has built into our life through Jesus. So our real desire, again, is to serve and connect. We're a church full of people who are involved in their community, who are serving in various ways. We're a young church. We've got a wide variety of ages. We've got seniors, but we have a lot of young kids, a lot of teens, a lot of families, and so we really want to be a church that is serving our community. That's kind of our ethos. That's our DNA. So this building, this opportunity to be in the community where a lot of our people already call home is just a really exciting one for us.
I think it's very exciting, and you're doing a lot of great work. What I love about Craig is he's not like a stuffy kind of guy. He's casual, laid back, and has a man of the people, we could say. Super easy to talk to, and fun to listen to. So I would encourage you to check it out if that's something that you want to do. It's on your heart to check out the Bridge.
You don't even
North
need to
Van.
come to church service nowadays. You just go on YouTube. We're live streaming on YouTube in the comfort of your own home. Join us. Absolutely. 10 a.m. on YouTube.
That's a good way to get your feet wet. That's definitely a great way to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
But
you don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to shake anyone's hand. Just stay in your pajamas and go to church. Yeah.
And you don't even have to be married with a wife and kids to make it over to North Shore.
That's right. That's right. That was my joke, that they stopped you at the border there at the Vancouver Park. We got to work that joke back in here.
I know. See, I moved back to Deep Cove where I grew up a couple of years back, but found, at least in the real estate world, you got to have a wife and kids to compete. So we'll come back soon enough. We're working on that. I want to say thank you so much for your time today, Craig. How can people find out more about you and the Bridge again?
bridgenorthvan.ca. And YouTube, just search up the Bridge Church, North Vancouver. You'll find our live stream there. Yeah.
You're on like Instagram or anything like that?
You're on Instagram as well. Yeah, all of that you can just find on our website.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much for showing some of the pictures and the plans, and for sharing your time with me.
Thanks, Josh.
And
great stuff. Thank you.
And if you want to buy a house in Deep Cove or sell your house, I'll help you with that too. And then we can donate some of the money to the Bridge.
Sounds good. Hey, I don't know if you can work this in at some point too. Just to say that Blue Church, it was like a sentimental thing for a lot of people. We did try to donate it. We put it up for anyone who wanted to take it, but there were no takers. So
you couldn't ship it over to Ed Hurd and like White Rock.
No, yeah, no, exactly. We would have been up for it. We had listed it, but yeah.
How much did you list it for? Or just as donation?
So we weren't going to make anything off of it, but the moving company, like the building moving company, I think it was listed for like 70 or 80,000 or something like that. That was the cost of putting it on a barge and shipping it somewhere. But for us, we were happy to give it away. But
well, do you know about this little blue like art building that they took out of North Van recently?
I've read about it. Yeah.
So it sits out here by the Edgewater Casino in deep downtown in Yaletown, and like nobody goes to it. Nothing happens with it, and I'm just kind of like, what was the point of this if it just sits here fenced off? So could have at least done that with the church. Store it in the False Creek somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was a lot of fun.
Cool. Thanks, John.
I'll let you go because I know you got at 12 o'clock. And thanks so much for your time. I'll look forward to seeing you AC after COVID.
Sounds good. Great stuff, man. Thanks.
Take care.